Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'll wait for a couple of minutes for people to come on. Who's ready for some painting? I was a little bit early this morning and I did, I've been playing around. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Anita. Hi, Allie. How are you? Hi, Amy. Hi, Eve. Good morning, Donna. Good morning. How is everybody? I've been playing around with, I've been working on something, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet. So I'm not going to say because I don't want to jinx it. Is that a real thing? How are you, Donna? How are you, Ellen? Hi, Kim. Hi, Sandy. But I've been playing around. I posted a couple of them. They're like kind of abstract, transparent layers with opaques on top. It's 6 here. Love starting my day with you. Oh, good, Rosemary. I'm glad. Oh, good. Yay. I'm glad to be here, too. I look forward to... Hi, Judy. Hanging out with you guys. So Emily's online course ended last night. I didn't get to find out how many people joined with me, but if you did, let me know. Anyway, so back to this thing. So I did one this morning just because I'm a little obsessed with doing them, and they're really... So that's what we're going to paint today. I feel like I've been doing the same thing over and over again. Hi, George. So I'm going to try that. It's a little out of my comfort zone. Not because I can't do it, but because it kind of lends itself to being a tight painting, and I always try to keep things a little more loose. But I'm going to give it a try. It'll be fun to try it. If I don't finish it in the hour, it's no big deal. And I did one of these little abstract things. I did this morning. Right? Let me take it out of here and show you. Love it. So it has kind of loose abstract underneath. And then I'm going to pull the tape off just because I love that part of it. Ever since I make drawings and pull the tape off, I just love the reveal of the little edges. Isn't that fun? You could just frame it just like that. I might use it as my little, it's like Instagram shape. It was just a piece of paper. I'm going to paint on the arches paper today, and it was a piece that I had left over, so I just blocked it off. But maybe I'll use it as my background for when I do my little Instagram story that I'll be painting on Wednesday mornings. That would be fun, right? The only bad thing with oils is it takes forever to dry, but that's okay. Who's in a hurry, right? So I'm going to paint on arches paper today just because I've been having a lot of fun painting on the paper. I did some bigger birds. Oh, I should show you one or two. Hold on a minute. Let me get them. Because they really look cool on the paper. So I did them on the arches paper. And they really have a cool texture to them. So I kept the background. So my idea is I'm keeping the background white. And then I'm going to play with putting these textures behind. Here's another one of them. But I've been having fun. But the hard thing is then you have to frame them. So that's a whole nother project. And there's one of my texture pieces. So I think it would be cool. I don't know, it might be busy, it might look terrible, but to trim the bird out and put them on top of a texture like that. Now I have to put these down over here without messing them up. I always mess all my stuff up. Oh, Scott, I know, I love the washi tape. The one kind that I've gotten, it doesn't stick very well, the kind I get at Michael's, but I find that the Scotch brand works better. But it is fun to pull that off. I don't want that on there. So this is a little bit bigger than my board. I mean, it actually isn't, but somehow on the screen it looks like it is. So my goal is to keep it loose, but have it still look like a carton of eggs. These are eggs from a farm. Shoot, I wanted to write down what it was called. It's a farm right up the road from me in Mannheim. Oh, 100 or 300. Rosemary's asking me. Let me look. I have the package right here. I get them in individual sheets, and it's 300. Good question. Very good question. I know the colored eggs are so fun. Donna, my cousin Donna is doing the Pysanky eggs. I think maybe that's why I'm thinking about eggs. I want to do some of those this year. Okay, so where do I start? My transparents. I've been itching to, I'm going to have it be, yes. I got to just think about keeping it loose and fun and not get too literal with it. It's hard to do. It'd be fun even to do one like this, keep it really loose, and then do one that's like super realistic and see what I like better. I already know what I'll like better. I don't know what everyone else will like better. I do like I know I can paint super realistic. That's, usually never my goal. So this color up here, it's a little pink. Should I make it red? I'll make it pink. We'll just dial it way back. I have some of that other color on my brush, but that's okay. So it's just, this is to map out to know where things are going to go. Judy says, I'm sorry I missed it. Is it treated watercolor paper or oil paper? Judy, it's oil. It's Arches oil paper. And I didn't treat it. That's another experiment I want to do. So far, I've just been using the straight oil paper because I kind of like, I love the texture of it. It might retain the texture if I put a layer of gesso on it. And the paints really, really, really do sink in, which, can be a good or a bad thing depending on what you want. And I think I have to turn my music down again. I can barely hear it before I go live, and now I can hear it. It's funny, like, even if you guys can't even hear a bit of it, I don't like painting in a quiet room. And I know you guys are all here with me and talking to me, but I think I'm just so used to noise in my life that I find it, I don't know, oddly disturbing to have it be too quiet. I'm not ever used to hearing quiet, except in yoga. Mm-hmm. It's already fun, isn't it? Looks like watercolors. You could gesso watercolor paper and then paint on it. Sure, yep, you can do that. I like this Arches oil paper. Feels just like watercolor paper. I don't know what the difference is technically. All right. So how are you guys? I might have to think more about this one. I won't be able to watch what you're saying as much. Judy says, I was watching a Carol Maureen video, and she sometimes puts her medium all over her paper to make the paint move easier. Oh, that's a good idea. Just a base layer of medium. Yeah, that's a good idea. There are so many different ways to do it. Like I've done, I experimented for a while I was doing paintings. Like I would do the whole board in like magenta. And it really made a neat effect. I like that. I love experimenting with different things. It is really, really fun. I was just thinking today that I want to play around with more acrylics too. After doing those hearts, I loved the immediacy of doing acrylics and having them dry. It's like so refreshing after, like when you paint on Arches paper like this, I feel that it needs to dry like for a really long time, like weeks and weeks, maybe even months. And I don't have that much patience. Like, I think I would love to play with acrylics and see what kind of style I can get with that. As an option, just as something else to play with. So where's everybody from this morning? I took a little snapshot of myself in the screen before I went live because I could see the little picture at the top of who of my friends were online waiting. I mean, I don't know if they were all waiting for me, but probably. That was cute. When I was a kid, when I was 16, my stepmother, that was when I was learning to drive, that was always one of my favorite chores was my friend Renee and I, Eva, my stepmother would say, will you go get me eggs? And we would have to drive out to a farm out in the middle of nowhere to get eggs. Oh my gosh, in Florida with your first new grandbaby. That is so exciting. How fun is that? Oh, I love that. Congratulations. That is so cool. I can't even imagine. I'm still a little ways from that, but I'm sure it'll happen. It already looks like Easter, doesn't it? No, I left a little bit. So I made this composition so that it wasn't too stagnant. So I have some of the carton. Hudson Valley, New York. Is that where you are, Allie? I couldn't remember. I knew you were in New York, but I couldn't remember where. That's probably not too far from here. What color is that blue? Ellen, this fun blue here is it is manganese blue hue. We can play with that in the workshop next weekend. I love, that's one of my new favorite colors. My other new favorite that's gonna be in this too, I love this one. This Rembrandt transparent yellow green is a super fun color. Definitely starting to feel like spring. I know it is. It's that, you know, mixed blessing. It's not supposed to feel this warm yet, but I am loving every minute of it. Been able to go and walk on the rail trail sometimes in the afternoon. It's nothing better to lift your spirits than to be able to get outside, get fresh air. Love it. I need to stay on task here so I don't run over my time today. But I might, since it's unfamiliar. I do the background dark or neutral. It looks like it's on a brown bowl. I think I should go get some of these eggs. They're so pretty. They literally are from the next town over from me. Put a little brown back there. I used to always be afraid of brown. I was afraid that everything would get muddy. But brown really is a beautiful color. Good morning, Catty boy. Hi, Carol. How are you? Hi, Eileen. Yes, I'm painting on Arches oil paper this morning. Changing things up a little bit. I couldn't decide what I wanted to paint last night. I feel like I need to switch it up a little bit. I've been doing a lot of flowers for this live painting, but you know, that is my favorite. I had several things. Like I was thinking, oh, where am I? I'm not even in the right program, am I? I love that. I might do that. That's fun, right? Did you just, Eve, you just went and held a chicken? Oh, how fun. Did you take pictures? This would be a fun one too. Or clouds. I've been itching to paint clouds. So last night, these are the ones that I chose. And somehow the eggs won this morning. I think that's enough transparent. It really does soak in a lot more in this oil paper. I'm going to do some of my I see indents there a little bit. I don't really need pink. Maybe I'll do some gold. Yes, me too, Ellen. Peonies are my fave. I painted that one really large one time, and my niece has it in her house, and I love it. So I should do another big one, I think. Oops, get down to the paper on this. What else do we need? Do some of this great color. What color is the blue pigment? Anita, that was, I need to get more of these. Provence blue. It's a pretty color. And this, I always love just a touch of this in my paintings. Cobalt teal. And no bright green. I guess I'll do my, whoops, I didn't put the lid on that. I think your reference is your other egg photo. Judy, what do you mean? My one this morning looked like eggs too, didn't it? The little one that I did. The little abstract looked like eggs. That was random. How fun is that? Thanks. I do have the teal. Anita says, love it. Must get the cobalt. I know, I'd love a whole set of these. I just can't tell sometimes. Well, I told you my problem is my disorganization in life. I never know what colors I have when I order the colors, because I usually order them when I'm at work and everything's at home. So I end up buying the same things over and over again. Crazy. How hard would it be to actually order them when I'm at home? I don't know. Somehow I can't pull that off. I feel like I need a dark in there, but I can't. Oh, here's one. No, maybe not. That one's glued in. I can't get it out of the thing. Can't. Okay. All right. I think it's time to mix colors. That's kind of fun, right? Again, I didn't really worry about exactly what any colors were. I just had fun with it. So I need a dark. I've been playing too with a little Payne's Gray instead of black. Sometimes when I'm doing like bird's eyes, I like to have black in them. This Payne's Gray is a nice color because when you mix other colors into it, it's a pretty color. Let's try it. And there's Payne's Gray. And if I mix some of my my favorite, my Video Blue Extra Pale Vasari into it, it really makes a nice gray. And I do need gray, but I want that background to be a little more brown. I think I need more of it. I'm adding a little raw umber to my palette. My palette is a little messy. I'm trying to figure out for my online course what paints I'm going to suggest, and that's why I have these all. I have them all piled back there. I'm trying to consistently use the same paints, and you would not even believe how hard that is for me to do. It's that focus issue. Do any of you guys have that same issue of not being able to stay focused on one thing? I do pretty well while I'm painting or working on one particular thing, but otherwise it's like my mind's going a mile a minute and I'm ready to switch on to something else before I finish what I'm doing. I think that's an artist's mind, but I would like to control it a little more if I could. Make that lighter. I think that's pretty nice for the box. I think I need a little bit over here with the this blue in it. It's a nice collection of grays, isn't it? I kind of took too much this way though. It's a nice collection. So now I need to mix up, that's kind of colors for my carton in my background. And I need to make that cool, that fun green, which I think looks a lot like this transparent yellow green. And these are like pastels are a little out, like not something I'm used to mixing up. So that's definitely green like that. I'll do a little brown in there. And how could I lighten that color without, I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use some, I have this Rousseau Green Extra Pale. It's another Vasari paint. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Hi, Lonnie. Hi, quintessence. It's a pretty word. It's a little bright, isn't it? Now that's like green, and if I want to make it not as bright, I mean that really is nice, but I want to make it a little, so maybe I'll add just a tiny bit of magenta to it. Even the tiniest bit, boy, that threw that way out. But see, that's that nice neutral. See how much cooler that is? I think that's a good start for that green. Then that pale blue. Some of it looks very much like this Video Blue Extra Pale that I love. One is a little greener. Maybe I'll take a little of that and mix it with this. Wow, that's gorgeous. That is a fun color right there. I'll do more of this. I love these kind of pastel colors. They're really fun. And I like this pale, neutral pinkish color. White. To get more white. I think that's a good start. I need more blue. All right, what's everybody having this morning? Coffee or tea? I need a sip of my coffee. There we go. I should do the background first. 7:26, I'm right on schedule. Good. My phone always moves a little bit when I let go of it. Let's get the cobalt. Okay. All right, I'm caught up on. Oh no, there's more questions. I'm sorry. Oh, I had 2 egg. I think it might have been the same one. It looks great already. Thanks, Allie. Lonnie says like grocery. Oh, yeah, groceries. That never ends. Cobalt, teal, pastel. Oh, what brand? It is R&F Pigment Sticks. Roberta. Judy says, beautiful colors. Would you ever be interested in doing a workshop in the North Carolina coast? If you help me figure out how to do that, Judy, yes, I would love to. The sticks are not pastels. They're, yes, thank you, Barbara. They're oil sticks. They're not pastels. Anita says, yes. I'm easily distracted by everything in my head. Thanks. Those colors are looking good. Your favorite pigment sticks. R&F pigment sticks are my favorite. Coffee, coffee. Martini, Sandy. Oh, what time is it where you are? That sounds like fun to me. Just Kim's. I hear the coffee. Hot black coffee, 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 and hearts. Thank you. I missed all that. I always have to remember to check to see if people are talking to me. I get so lost in what I'm doing sometimes that I just thought no one was chatting. See. Oh, it's called Hopeland Farmlets. It just came to me. If I wait long enough, thoughts come to me. That's where the eggs come from. You can follow them on Instagram. It looks like they have a really cute, like Airbnb cottage on their property. I should remember that for when I do workshops to suggest that, because maybe even a few people, you know, if I do a workshop here, could rent that out. I'd love to see it. It looks adorable. So I'm putting my darks in. I'm not going to worry about making sure they're exactly round, or, you know, they're round, but these aren't round. Try to make them look. Adjust your camera. Please. Is that better? Can you see okay? And this crazy light up here, get that out of the way. Is that good? You let me know. Yes, I have a workshop here next weekend, which I'm very excited about. I have to work on getting ready for that a little more. And that'll be fun. I do love doing the workshops. I always get nervous right before they start, but then I love it. It's especially fun because I always make new friends. What's not fun about that? Pretty Lady says, I'm envisioning these eggs have chocolate inside. I love that idea. Mm-hmm. Definitely. So here in central Pennsylvania was Fosnot Day yesterday. And that it's Shrove Tuesday. It's the day before Lent starts. And the theory is that back in the day, everyone would get rid of all their sugar and lard and stuff, so they made donuts. I mean, what a fun celebration. So actually, I left work yesterday and went and bought donuts. But I didn't get, the really good ones, so I didn't love them. So I'm not sure they were worth the calories. In fact, I'm sure they weren't. But it was still fun. Like the places around here, a lot of churches make donuts and sell them kind of as a fundraiser, but you have to like order them way in advance. I'm never that organized. I didn't know it was, I guess it's the first day of Mardi Gras too. And I went to my local little coffee shop and my friend Linda had made Mardi Gras cake. And I had a little bit of that too. That was yummy. I'm trying to be good with my eating, but it doesn't always happen. Dove chocolate, love that idea. Yep, Lonnie, I'm on paper. I've been playing around with the paper kind of to learn more, I guess, and it's fun.
Bye, love you.
Bye, love you. Have a good day. I want to make sure I leave some like real brush strokes too. I don't want it to get too smooth. Painting on this paper, it really can start to feel like watercolors. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just like it not to look too smooth. Does anybody have any questions? So Emily's off to work. Next is Isabel. She has a couple of online classes, so she's been going into school later a couple days of the week. I didn't put the dark up there. Okay, Kim says, how do you photograph your paintings? Your posts are high quality, outside, special lighting, photoshopped. Well, that's a good question, Kim. The best is in the, when it's nice outside, as soon as I'm finished, I run outside on my front porch and photograph them in the natural light. That's when they look the best. And if you look through my feed, I think you can tell that my paintings look better in the summer than they do in the winter. In the wintertime, I photograph them right here at this spot where you're watching me paint, because there's a light above. I mean, I'm down in my basement. There's a light above that shines kind of right toward it. And then I move the light. I have a light set up here. I move that so it's not shining because it catches a glow. And, I mean, it looks dark here. But I'll do that so I don't get like glow on there. And then I go into an app on my phone. It's called Lightroom. And I use that to lighten it just a little bit so that it, you know, because I'm doing it down here, it gets a little dark. That's been one of my biggest challenges. Like, I still have yet to figure out how to do larger paintings. I think that's the hardest part, is getting a good photo. And then, you know, when you post them, like if you're going to post them on your website, you really should have that photograph in situ, like in situation, so people can envision how big or small it is. So that's tricky too. And I will, sometimes I'll do that. I will take a photo on my mantle in my living room, and then I will take it into Photoshop and adjust. Like, I'll put the same painting in the, you know, like I'll take one photo and then I'll put different paintings in the same situation. Like, I'll Photoshop it in, because it's just hard. Photography part of it's really hard. It's a whole nother art. So I have to think about where the light's hitting. Oh, yeah, Kim, I just bought a scanner because I am playing around with doing some art licensing too. So I purchased the expensive scanner, and it really is quite nice. I think it was like $3,400. And I have it at work. And I can use it for work too, and for this. But yeah. But that doesn't solve the problem of having like in situ photos and things like that too. I mean, I think the scanner is really only necessary if you need to have photos that are really high resolution, like 600 dpi resolution. Is that box getting a little flat? Maybe. Is it getting a little rigid looking? Maybe. Need to pay attention to that. I need to think about my edges, about my light areas. Maybe I need to go in and work on some of my eggs so that I don't feel discouraged, because it's looking a little messy. But yeah, outside natural light is really the best bet if you have good weather. You know, even when the weather's nice in the winter, I find that if I photograph them outside, they look blue, and then that's really hard to adjust to. And I often think about putting a little, like a light box that I could just use for my photographs, but then you run into that same problem where you don't have situations or to show the angle, because people don't understand, you know, when I paint on the boards, that they're dimensional. So that's a hard thing to illustrate easily. Music's too loud again. Let me turn it down. All right, I think I need to go into these eggs, don't you? I'm not paying attention to the time either. They are fun. Does anybody else have questions? All right, I'm going to start at the top and do a little bit of this. And I like for some of the color to come through. I like to leave some of the spontaneity in there. Oops. I got a little clean my brush off. And the part where I'm holding my breath. It's really hard to tell where the really, really light areas are. It's the closest. They don't look very dimensional, do they? Let me see if I make it a little. Oops, I don't want that color. Need a little more. Helped a little bit. I don't know. What do you think? Not sure what I think there. Let's go into some of the blue area and see. Maybe it's the balance of having them all kind of come up together. Their eggness. That one definitely has a little shadow over there. Oh, is Emerson on here? Ellen said hi to Emerson. Good morning, Emerson. How are you? Emerson's my little neighbor. She was painting along with us when we were doing the hearts. Oh, thanks. Ellen says if Sandy says hi to Emerson. Emerson, everybody's saying hello to you. She is just the cutest. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. I don't know if it's too tight, if it's too loose, if it's too boring. It's definitely too something. Definitely too something. They look like flat circles inside of flat somethings. Like they look they're too separated from their environment. They're too something. They're definitely too something. What? But like I always say, we've got nothing to lose. It doesn't matter. It's just a painting. So I'll play around and see if I can get it to look good. And if I can, I can always throw it away. I have heard it's good to hold on to some failed paintings just to pull them out and learn from them. And sometimes I guess you could pull them out and work on them again. I don't think I'd ever do that. That's something weird. Unless I loved it that much and couldn't get it to work. I don't think I would do that. Wendy's loving this. Thank you. Oh, what's Judy saying? She's saying maybe a soft edge on the shadow side of the egg. Okay. Yeah, that's what it needs to blend in more, doesn't it, Judy? I need, I think, like a transition color. So, like, whoops. Yeah, part of the challenge is keeping them round looking. Like that. Oh my goodness. That definitely has like a shadow here. And here, I can see it here too. And here. It's almost like the shadows are on the inside. Is that better? I think that's a little bit better. You think they look through? Thanks, Kim. And Eve says, but add depth. Yeah, that's what I need. I need depth and I need a little more spontaneity too. They're a little rigid. Like rigid. Now this is definitely lighter. There. Oh, yikes. The shadows are the key. Is that my problem? I need to work on the shadows of the eggs or the shadows in the box? Or both? Probably both. Yeah, because my shadows, I don't know, it's all a little flat looking. Oh, I need this edge here. It really is hard to stay steady. Are they getting more dimensional? The lower left egg needs a shadow at 7 o'clock. All right, lower left, shadow. In here, lower left, this one, at 7 o'clock. Down here, 7 o'clock. This definitely needs something here. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know if I'm going to pull this one out in my time allotted. But it's always good to take risks. That's how you learn. Oh, all my shadow areas have kind of disappeared, haven't they? Tiny bit more shading on eggs. Yes, Eve, I'm gonna work on that. You are right. It's kind of a dance. Like I always think of it as a push and pull, a dance of, you know, adding and subtracting. But I always have trouble being patient with that. It's coming along. It's getting there. Sandy, I still have 8 minutes. That's like half a lifetime in morning hours, right? Tallulah, I love that name. It's nice having tea with everyone. It's beautiful. The contrast of the deeper shadows are adding great depth. So pretty. Do you mind sharing which brand of scanner you purchased? I certainly will. I should know this. I did so much research. Oh, Wendy, I can post this if you want me to post the picture. I was trying to do that. I might have forgotten the last few times. If I forget to do things, remind me, because, you know, as soon as I leave here, I'm off to work, and I tend to forget things sometimes. This is a nice end right here. Oh, that helped a little bit. I think that helped. This is an edge there. I never noticed how the egg carton box is shaped. It has this spot where the eggs sit in there. Whoever thinks about that? Only when you're painting. Shadows look okay. Wendy, I will post it. I sure will. Glad you liked it. How many minutes do I have left? Probably not very many. Some lights up here. This blue, I think I see this blue over here. I don't know. What do you think, guys? I need to look at it and think a little bit. No, my shadows are still like too hard edged or something. Maybe I need to soften them a little. It is really hard to keep something that is like really hard, like a specific shape, to look loose and still look like it's supposed to be what it is. If that ever made any sense. Oh, I don't know, guys. I don't know. 5 minutes. Thank you, Ellen. Sometimes when I'm doing this and I'm worried about what time it is at the end, I feel like I'm like on a game show where I have to like answer my question really quickly. I think this needs to go dark over here. And here. And sometimes it is good just to have to make quick decisions. This, now that I'm looking at it and squinting my eyes, this is actually lighter here than it is than that egg is. So this needs to still go darker. And little fuzzies or little pieces of paint there. Oh, I like that. I think I got it off in there. Still have little fibers from, I don't know if it's from the paint or from my brush. All right, are they getting a little better? Thanks, Ellen. All right, let me do just this little bit of dark, and I'm going to pull my tape off, call it a day, or the beginning of a day. It's only the start of a day. I don't know. I don't know what I think about it. I'm going to sign it. And this is one of those ones I think I'll come back and think about it later. You know what? And it's hard to sign on this paper too because it dries in there so much. All right, I'm going to pull the tape off because I love this part. See the wiggly edge. So that's what it looks like. It was a good lesson. I think my shadows are maybe too harsh. I think I need to soften the edges of those. I might go in and do that quick before I go to work. But I don't know. It was really challenging. But there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed the process. And good. Sandy, I'm glad you learned a lot. Me too. And we'll see you again next Wednesday. Have a great day. Bye, guys. See you.